This is Signal Hounds talking RF, and today we're talking the PCR4200, Signal Hound's newest product. The PCR4200 utilizes exceptionally fast sweep speeds, outstanding dynamic range, and ultra-low phase noise to ensure sweeps, data, and accuracy are all of the highest quality. Versatility, performance, and precision ensure the independently configured channels on the PCR4200 enable flexibility in diverse signal environments.
Hello and welcome to Talking RF. Sean here with Justin Crooks, Senior RF Engineer and Hardware Designer for all Signal Hounds products. Today we're talking about the PCR4200. The PCR4200 excels at multi-channel, wideband, and simultaneous monitoring. It utilizes exceptionally fast sweep speeds, outstanding dynamic range, and ultra-low phase noise to ensure sweeps, data, and accuracy are all of the highest quality. Independent channel configuration enables flexibility in diverse signal environments. Reliability, accuracy, and portability in a form factor that makes the PCR4200 well suited to multi-channel receiver needs across a diverse range of scenarios. Justin, the latest and greatest.
Yes.
PCR4200. We're very excited about this.
Oh, me too. It's exciting to design. I think it's going to be a success in the marketplace.
Me too. I think it's wonderful. It looks cool. It's a new box. It's black. It's interesting. It's exciting. So tell us a little bit about the PCR4200. Get into the nuts and bolts of it.
Yeah, 100K to 20 gig input, 4 channels per unit. You can actually synchronize up to 4 boxes together, so you can have 16 phase-coherent channels if you need them. It's all over a 10 gigabit Ethernet SFP Plus connector. Each channel has fantastic dynamic range, pre-selection, up to plus 10 dBm input power. And sweep is slower than the SM200. It's about, call it 200 gigahertz per second, but still plenty fast for just about any application. If you need the faster sweep speed, I actually recommend an SM200 with this product. So you have the terahertz sweep speed, then you have a handoff to either 4 independently tuned receivers, or one bank of up to 16 phase-coherent receivers for polarization, whatever math you need to do to get that signal analyzed.
Excellent. Where in the world does the PCR4200 work?
Antenna polarity with like a cross-pole antenna, or MIMO applications. If you've got an advanced MIMO application, you're going to want to test those transmitters simultaneously because there's a lot of interaction when you have multiple transmitters on at once that you would miss if you just had a single channel receiver. And I think same goes for beamforming and a lot of other multi-channel applications.
And what's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Yeah, well, I mean, the top section's obviously just for cooling. Underneath, there's a motherboard that actually has 5 of the 9 LO chips, basically everything up through 5.6 gigahertz. And actually, total of 9 LO chips to make this design work. And one thing I didn't mention is also on the motherboard is the ability to daisy chain to other devices. We have a shared LO input and output, the 125 megahertz reference clock input and output, and then a sync signal input and output. Also on the back, I'll just turn this around so you can see it. We have the trigger in, which is used if you want to capture an event in your data. You can actually see which sample of RF data that event happened. The GPS input, and then if you've got a 10 megahertz time base in, let's say, a GPS compromised environment or indoors or whatever, you can actually discipline it with just a standard 10 megahertz reference.
Nice. That's awesome. And is there a VSG hidden in this little guy? Well, I guess it's
funny you should ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed there is. That is going to be right here. When we were talking to our customers about how they were going to use this, one thing came up is is system alignment, because when you're trying to get 4 phase coherent channels at, X band, for example, your 8 to 12 gigahertz somewhere, even a small cable length variation is going to be a really significant phase delta. So they really need to be able to set up their whole system and then inject a signal with all 4 channels receiving so they can properly calibrate the system. The built-in VSG goes from, I believe it's 50 megahertz to 20 gigahertz, and it has the same 40 megahertz of bandwidth. So if you're going to be using like a synthetic noise or a multi-tone signal to do your system alignment, it's set up to handle anything. I think the pattern buffer is about 4K IQ samples, but that's enough for any of those types of signals.
We're really excited about the PCR4200 here at Signal Hound, and I think you're going to be excited about it as well. If you have any questions for Justin regarding the PCR4200, leave them in the comments section below. Like, follow, and subscribe for more Signal Hound and RF content.